This actor was living with someone else's wife for 20 years. Later, he discovered a shocking truth that changed his life. Find his name inside. In the glitzy and glamorous world of Bollywood, the dazzling lives of the stars usually take the center stage. However, what happens behind the scenes when the curtain falls is a lot more than what meets the eye. We often see celebrities with turbulent relationships, complex dynamics, and complicated interpersonal lives. One such similar tale is of a celebrated actor from the golden era who has delivered many cult classics and has charmed everyone with his captivating screen presence. The person we are talking about is none other than Deepak Tijori. A celebrated face from the golden age of Bollywood, he started his career in 1988 with Tera Naam Mera Naam. He did many films after that, but Aashiqui, Khiladi, Jo Jeeta Wohi Sikandar, and Anjam rose him to fame. He was known for his innocence and boyish charm and strong presence that made him a fan favorite in no time. However, besides his on-screen presence, but what was more gripping was his real-life story that took everyone by storm. In front of the flashy camera world, Deepak was in a happy marriage with designer Shivani Tomar, and the duo had a daughter named Samara. However, later, the reports of his wife throwing him out of the Mumbai house started doing the rounds. She allegedly suspected him of cheating, which turned their relationship ugly. However, to fight his side, Deepak hired a counselor to resolve the matter. However, what happened next was no less than a courtroom thriller. During the legal proceedings, Deepak found out that Shivani was never legally his wife. She had not divorced her first husband legally, and therefore, their marriage was invalid. For over 20 years, Deepak lived under the impression of being in a legitimate marriage, only to realize the foundation of his personal life was legally non-existent. In between all of this, their daughter Samara remained a bright spot. Following in her father's footsteps, she ventured into acting and made her debut in 2022 with the web series Masoom, sharing screen space with talents like Boman Irani and Upasana Singh. Deepak has also worked with superstars like Aamir Khan, Akshay Kumar, and Shah Rukh Khan, and he continues to resonate with the audience even today. Deepak's journey, from Bollywood's beloved supporting actor to the central figure, shows that there is a lot that goes on behind what we see from the outside of celebrity lives. While he has ventured into direction and appeared in Gujarati cinema, this personal twist remains the most talked about chapter of his life. Did you know Shah Rukh Khan was not even supposed to be in this popular film? Instead, this actor was initially roped in for the lead role. However, one incident ruined his career. The 90s was a period in Bollywood where many actors got major breakthroughs after appearing in films that later went on to become highest grossing films in Bollywood. While many actors rose to prominence, one such actor set apart his standards when it came to films. Many also believed that he would be the next superstar in Bollywood. However, things drastically changed for this actor and he became a forgotten legend. Not Shah Rukh Khan, but this actor was the first choice for Bazigar, but later got cheated. We are talking about the untold story of Deepak Tijori. The actor rose to prominence after appearing in the popular 1990 film Aashiqui. Deepak from his very first film became fans' favorite. Despite not getting lead roles in the film, his presence playing supporting characters was considered equally important. 1993 was the year when Deepak Tijori was on the verge of getting the tag of a superstar. However, this was not the reality for Deepak since he was cheated, and his dream of becoming a superstar went in vain. Since then, Deepak Tijori's downfall began in Bollywood and he was never seen in films again. But what exactly was the betrayal? Here's everything you need to know. In 1993, only 2 films dominated the box office. Bazigar, which was released in 1993, caused a huge ruckus at the box office. It went on to become the 4th highest grossing film. After a while, another film, of SRK, Dar dominated the box office for a while. It turned out to be the 3rd highest grossing film released in the same year. This reflected how Shah Rukh Khan became the king of Bollywood. Deepak Tijori reveals shocking details about Bazigar. What we are going to tell you next might surprise you. Deepak Tijori recently revealed that Shah Rukh Khan was not the first choice. For Bazigar, instead, Deepak was on the priority list. However, things didn't work out between him and the makers, and later he got cheated by them. Talking to Bollywood Thikana, Deepak Tijori revealed, "I saw a film, A Kiss Before Dying, and told him a story. At that time, this is how it worked. There was no concept of copyright, and the studio system had not come into practice. He further added, "So most of the films were inspired by Hollywood films. So I told Abbas Mustan that this is a villain's role, which I will do, and they can cast other heroes and other roles." They agreed. Then Kaladi was released, followed by Jojita Wo Sikandar. Now people in the distribution circle were looking at me as if I am progressing and soon I will become a hero. Deepak Tijori once shared how he almost got a film with producer Palaj Nihalani. Everything was set, but then Nihalani called with surprising news. Abbas Mustan was in talks with Venus Films to make the same movie. Tijori asked SRK if he was involved, and he confirmed he was. Abbas Mustan had already signed Shah Rukh for the lead role, and they warned Tijori that backing out could hurt their careers. They promised to work with him on another film later. Tijori later said, "I thought it didn't matter at the time. I didn't know that we'll work together later. Often doesn't happen." Deepak Tijori shocked to find his marriage null after wife Shivani throws him out of their house. Deepak Tijori and Shivani Tomar have a 20-year-old daughter, Samara. Bollywood is full of surprises. We are not talking about the movies, but about the personal lives of these Bollywood stars. This latest case of 90s actor Deepak Tijori will leave you wondering about the relationships in the tinsel town. It was recently found out by the actor that his wife Shivani Tomar, who lived with him for 20 years, was not his wife at all. Confused? Here we will try to make it simpler for you. Deepak and Shivani had bitter arguments which resulted in Shivani throwing him out of their house. Deepak then consulted a lawyer, and it was then when he found out that his wife Shivani had never divorced her first husband, making his marriage with her null. A latest report by Spotboy.com says, Shivani filed for divorce and maintenance, which Deepak can ill afford. However, Deepak just realized that Shivani is not his legal wife. The report further adds, after consulting a counselor, Deepak happened to check if Shivani had divorced her first husband. Imagine his horror when he discovered that she had not. No, we cannot actually imagine. To add to this twist, they also have a 20-year-old daughter, Samara, for whom the maintenance has been demanded. But the friend quoted by the report says, Shivani's marriage to Deepak is null and void if she hadn't divorced her first husband. So why should Deepak maintain her cost of living? Samara is not a minor, she is 20 years old, so she doesn't qualify for maintenance. As far as her relationship with her father goes, it's nice but tilted in favor of Shivani. Samara is closer to Shivani than to Deepak. Well, that must be a huge shocker for the Jojita Wohi Sikandar actor, stars and their starry lives. For more updates, stay tuned with us.